Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you Game 2 in a series between TyLooJim versus Loner here in the Xel'Naga Caverns. TyLooJim spawning as the red Protoss player here, Loner spawning as the blue Terran. Terran versus Toss. And we'll see what exactly will come down in this particular map. Xel'Naga Caverns, a map that everyone is very familiar with. We'll see what does unfold in this particular matchup, as we now already see a very early scout coming out from Tylo, and Tylo perhaps going to do a little bit of cheese play in this matchup. It looks like he is still training up probes. If he is training up one more probe after this, yes, and he may be doing a proxy gateway, proxy pylon down over here, and then gateways here and here to get in a lot of zealots. And that is going to definitely be a problem, as double zealot pressure on this map, something that I haven't seen in quite some time. And old tricks are sometimes the best tricks when it comes to this particular playstyle, as people used to very religiously try to scout out this fog of war and make sure there were no gateways, as the probe now going to reposition itself. That the Terran player Loner may have seen this, as an SCV now coming in, the probe coming back around, gonna get some easy damage there. In comes another SCV as well. The probe deciding to finally back off, and the probe looks like it will run away, but Loner still does not know about what's going on in the south side of his base. The probe may try to come back in just a moment. He looks like he is going to be warping in a second gateway. No, he is not warping in a second gateway. Getting in another pylon over here, as the probe now comes back in once more, and this is going to be a double barracks opening. So rather than the probe, economical opening that we saw Loner go on Antigua Shipyard, he is going into a double barracks opening, something that is not normally used, as we are now going to perhaps be chrono boosting some zealots out. A Marine will be coming out in just a moment, and now SCVs and a Marine are going to battle it out as a bunker is being established. And how does he must suspect that there is something coming in down over here. The SCV does not see the chrono boost at all. The Marine will be coming in, the probe trying to get some damage, and now out comes a Zealot. Zealot already come in to engage and going to go after that Marine already. Gonna get some easy damage. SCV gets taken down, and another SCV gonna get taken down already, as the probe going after, not gonna go after the Marine. Zealot's going to battle it out, as the Marine trying to run away there. We are going to perhaps get a second Zealot out in just a moment. That a second Zealot now coming in, a little bit of split micro and in this matchup so far. There goes one Marine, a Zealot off over here, going to get off an easy kill. Another easy kill there. Gonna go continue to battle it out. Another one there, and now going off for another Marine. Zealot battling out still, and one Marine inside a bunker trying to hold off the rest. This may be an issue, as the Zealots are now finally taken down, and a Marine still not quite sure how to engage over here. The Zealot now coming back over here. Perhaps it is going to try to engage, unable to really do so. 4 Marines going to be able to finish off that Zealot there. But now we take a look at Loner. Loner down to 7 SCVs, as the Marines gonna go after the pylon over here. Is it gonna come down in time? The Zealot could have gotten some easy damage there. It looks like a second one gonna be coming in as well, salvaging that bunker. More Marines being trained, and down goes that down goes the gate, or the pylon, unpowering that gateway, as the Marines are now once again chasing after this poor Zealot. Zealot gonna most likely get taken down very easily, trying to get some damage onto that SCV there, but the SCV was trapped or pushed right in between 2 SCVs and unable to be pushed back out. We are now going to see some Stalkers being added, 22 Harvesters compared to 10. Tylo can still start chrono boosting out even more probes to get an even stronger economic advantage, as the Marines are going to finish off this gateway. Taking a look at the total losses, Tylo will be slightly higher after this gateway does get taken down. There it goes. But there are going to be now a lot of Marines, a front door supply depot being established, and Loner really needs to figure out his long-term game plan. He could easily just macro back up, getting as many SCVs as possible. Meanwhile, back over here, Tylo not exactly sure what his opponent's going to be doing. We only have 1 gateway operational, as the warp gate tech about to be completed, only needing about another minute or so. And we really need to start getting some additional gateways. Sorry, 2 gateways up, but with 2 Stalkers being trained at a time, that is not quite enough. Probe sitting off over here. We're going to have Marines up on the high ground. A Nexus is being warped in. Tylo doing a great job after that very annoying cheese here in the Xel'Naga Caverns to put a lot of pressure on Loner. One Stalker going to try to make its way up that ramp, going to get quickly turned around. There you go there, as we now have a command center upgrading to an orbital command. 3 Stalkers are going to be in position. Stalkers versus Marines. The Stalkers do have slightly better range, and who is going to be able to see up onto the high ground is going to be the key portion of this battle. No proxy pylons whatsoever coming in from TyLoo, even though the warp gate tech is now completed, and now we are going into a robotics facility and a 3rd gateway. Harvester count 28 compared to 18. Sentries being added down as well. TyLoo taking a little bit of reprieve in this fight so far, as the Stalker going to chase down and destroy this SCV. One more shot. There it goes, as 2 Stalkers now holding each of these Xel'Naga towers. 1 probe also holding this one off over here. Sentries and Zealots. Nexus about to finish warping in, as Loner going to call in more mules and see what he can really do to get back into this. He is going into a 3rd barracks, trying to hope that with all of that ineffective cheese, that the cheese wasn't as effective as, or did not put him as far behind as it did TyLoo, as TyLoo did lose an early pylon and a gateway as well. We can see Sentries, Stalkers, and Zealots down over here. We'll see how all of this is going to unfold, as a bunker now being established down on the low ground. Marines, 12 Marines, 1 Marauder, 2 Marauders in this group. Army compositions slightly larger for TyLoo, but we'll see how this affects everything in the long run, as we are now going into Immortals, Bunker Busters as I like to call them, as they deal a lot of damage and have a significant range. We are getting into the level 1 weapons and level 1 armor upgrades right now. The Immortals still being added into this group. I believe there's only 1 Immortal, or no Immortals in play just quite yet. Just trying to train up that 1 Immortal now. 61 over 68. Reaper now trying to make its way out as an observer, going to do a bit of scouting and figure out what's going down. 41 Harvesters compared to 29. There are still a lot of Marines off over here. Bunker holding 1 Marauder in that group, as we are now finally going into a factory a little bit late. And I think if TyLoo can go into some sort of 2-base timing, this would be very effective for him. He doesn't need Colossi, as he has Sentries with Guardian Shield, and if he attacks right as his level 1 weapons upgrade completes sometime around the 12-minute mark, it may be too difficult to stop, especially with the help and the bonus armor of that additional Guardian Shield. Reaper now on the move. We can see 3 more gateways being added off over here, and we'll see how all of this works out in just a moment, as the Reaper still doing a bit of scouting and trying to figure out what is going down. The Reaper going to reveal itself to this one probe back at the Xel'Naga tower, and now in comes that engagement. No, the Reaper just going to instead jump up onto the high ground and take a look around. The Reaper going to be able to perhaps get in some easy shots, easy kills, and get some easy damage there, and now getting some chrono boost off onto those forges. The 1 Reaper down to 15 hit points. Down to 15 hit points, still taking down a couple more probes in this engagement. Very annoying harassment there, but the probes not too shabby, able to fend off for themselves. Immortals, Sentries, and Stalkers still being added. We are now going into that medevac play, so I think the timing on the attack should be right about now, before the starport is able to train up that many medevacs. Currently supply blocked, and now getting 5 additional supply depots here. You can see 1 proxy pylon already being set up. Another proxy pylon should be set up over here in just a moment, as the Marines and the Marauders look to destroy these rocks. Is it going to be enough? The Stalkers are now going to engage. There's a Guardian Shield. There's the Force Field splitting up the group, and that was a very hard loss by Loner. Loner in a bit of trouble now, as a factory now on the move there, and TyLoo getting them in some easy damage. Loner may end up even losing this factory. No, he decides to leave it alone, as TyLoo now just makes his way forward, and now Loner needs to be on the defensive end. The timing on this level 1 weapons upgrade, it has been completed. No Guardian Shield just quite yet. Force fields are not coming in at all. Mule is coming off the mineral line as well. The Immortals could turn around, get in some easy shots. There's 2 more force fields there, and now Marines and Marauders going up against Stalkers and Immortals. No medevacs finally arrive on the scene, but it may be too little too late, as TyLoo has gotten the win, and there's the GG. So game 2 going to TyLoo in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.